morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a look at some new special energy cards, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, one of these is going to cause some ruling issues. We are going to need a ruling on it sooner rather than later. I'm fairly sure I have the answer for you, but there is enough, how can we put it? There is enough consternation, which might not even be the right word, that we need to go and have a good old chat about it. They are new single and rapid strike energy, but as we're going to see, they're not single and rapid strike energy. Does that make any sense? I don't really know. Let's start off taking a fun little look, because this really is one we need to start with here, at Impact Energy. Translation, of course, by the lovely Antoine Boulet. Now, what we've got here is a single strike energy, but it's not single strike energy. It's impact energy. And once again, it can only be attached to a single strike Pokemon, and if it's attached to a non-single strike Pokemon, it goes away. As long as it is attached to a Pokemon, it provides every type of energy, but only one at a time. So it's another one of those that can be any energy you want it to be. And the Pokemon this card is attached to cannot be poisoned, and you remove any poison from it. Now, this is super interesting to me, because this is basically rainbow energy. And rainbow energy has always been, hey, it's every kind of energy, but you've got to take a damage counter when you attach it. That's the downside. And we've seen plenty of cards in the past, like Prism Energy, for instance, which it doesn't have a downside in that you take damage, but it can only be attached to a basic Pokemon. Or at least it only provides all energy when attached to a basic Pokemon. Well, here we've got that same, it must be attached to a single strike Pokemon, but it's actually got a bonus coming in here as well, and that is that you can't be poisoned. And you know what? Nowadays, being poisoned is actually kind of relevant. We've got that Garbodor that puts automatic poison on. We've got that Toxicroak that means you take extra damage from poison. We've got that Galarian Slowbro that people have been playing in some decks, and if it's active, get poison on your opponent. And although poison decks are not exactly overrunning the meta, it is important to note that poison decks are genuinely, legitimately seeing play at the moment, and this will give you protection from them, and that's really kind of cool. And also, you need to think about it not just at this specific moment in time, because things will change. Yeah, fine, at the moment, poison is not particularly huge, but who's to say what poison will or will not be in the future? A couple of years ago, Carl Peters won a special event in Europe with a poison-focused deck. It could happen, ladies and gentlemen. It could happen. But the thing is, we need to take a look at a ruling here, because there are two cards that interact with single strike energy. And they are Urn of Vitality, which is the one that lets you shuffle two of them back into your deck. And there is Houndoom, that lets you attach a single strike energy from your deck. And then you've got to take 2 damage counters while you do so. And basically, the question we need to ask ourselves is, does this count? Can this be accelerated with Houndoom? Can it be recovered with Urn of Vitality, or Pot of Vitality? It was actually translated as, wasn't it? And the answer is no. Also, it was Urn of Vitality. And the reason is, and now Antoine again has been hooking us up with the information here, it is more obvious on the Japanese cards and the wording they use than the English cards and the wording we're using. Because if we look at Houndoom, it says, once during your turn you may search your deck for a single strike energy card and attach it to one of your single strike Pokemon. And this is a single strike energy card. It is an energy card with the single strike symbol on. But the difference is, there are single strike energy cards, as in energy cards for single strike Pokemon, and then there are single strike energy cards, which is to say cards that are called single strike energy. And like I've said, Antoine has told us it is clearer from the Japanese wording, but it seems very, very much like it is only actual single strike energy that can be used with Houndoom and Urn of Vitality. I still think Pot of Vitality is a better phrasing for what it's worth. And this does not work as well. And this is huge, of course, because it may well be that you want to play an Urn of Vitality to get energy back, but you do want to stop poison. Or you just only have these in your discard. It may well be that Houndoom has already accelerated all of your single strike energy, so you want to accelerate some impact energy, and it looks like you can't. Don't get me wrong, single strike energy is still better. I know it can only pay Darkness or Fighting, but that is enough for the majority of Pokemon. And then you're also doing an extra 20 damage. So I don't think this is going to replace Single Strike Energy. I think Single Strike Energy is just a better card. I still think Single Strike Energy starts as a 4-of, and then you look at how many of these you need to play. But the fact of the matter is, it's any kind of energy. There's no downside if you're playing it in a single strike deck, and it gives you immunity from poison. I'm giving this between 4 and 5 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies, that would be barbaric. I do think this is a great card. And if we hadn't seen single strike energy, we'd be hailing this as an amazing card. As it is, no, it's not as good as single strike energy, because the extra 20 damage is just nuts. But it is more adaptable, and it gives you protection from poison, so you know what? Yeah. This is going to really help. And we are seeing more single and rapid strike Pokemon coming around now, which are using other typings. I showed you Cinderace there earlier today, yesterday, something like that uses fire energy. You can't use single strike energy to pay the fire. You absolutely can use this. And of course, if there is a new special kind of single strike energy, you know there's going to be one for rapid strike. And there is. It is Spiral Energy. I love the art on this one. I love the swirly schemes. Makes me feel calm and happy. And what we've got here is, again, it can only be attached to a Rapid Strike Pokemon. And if for any reason it's not attached to a Rapid Strike Pokemon, it gets discarded. And it provides any kind of energy, but only one at a time. And the card it is attached to, or the Pokemon it is attached to, cannot be paralyzed. Nice! And it will cure paralysis, so if your opponent actually goes and gets paralysis, you can use this to actually save yourself, and I like this. Because you see, over the history of the Pokemon trading card game, paralysis has been big. Now, I know these cards are gone, alright? But Excelgor was pretty gosh darn good at the time. Still sees a bunch of play and expanded, incidentally. Vanillux saw a bit of play and success back at the time. These are cards that would not like this. Now, nowadays, paralysis isn't such a big deal, but actually, Raichu and Alolan Raichu is still a card that uses paralysis. Now, I know that is going to rotate about 6 weeks after Chilling Reign comes out, and these cards are going to be in Chilling Reign. I get that, I really do. But the fact of the matter is, for the past couple of years, this has seen a whole bunch of play. Are you honestly telling me this is not going to happen in the future? I don't buy it. I think it is. Not obviously this card, but some form of paralysis. I've told you how Excelgor and Vanillux were great. I told you how Raichu and Alolan Raichu were great. There was a time people were legitimately using Dynamo with Victini to buy them times in electric decks to get set up. It was one of those paralysis on a coin flip, but Victory or V-Flip Victini let you, or we called it V-Flip Victini, it was Victory Star Victini, but you know what I mean? That let you reflip, so it gave you like a 75% chance of heads. And we've got a bazillion flip heads for paralysis cards at the moment, and we've got Glimwood Tangle to give you the reflip. It could come back. It could make a resurgence, and now you've got protection from it. And this is a very similar card to Impact Energy in a lot of ways, and a lot of what I've said before absolutely still counts. No, it's not as good as Rapid Strike Energy, because Rapid Strike Energy is a double energy. But it's only water and fighting. So cards I showed you like Rillaboom can't use that, but absolutely can use this. This is like Rainbow Energy, but you don't have to take a damage. You're probably not going to replace Rapid Strike Energy, but the fact that you can get around paralysis rather than poison makes this a lot better than Impact Energy. Because the fact of the matter is, poison is kind of annoying, and paralysis sometimes leads to the very best archetypes in the entire game. So yeah, I think this is a pretty big deal. And that's why I'm calling this a 5 WOSSy card. I do think this is a phenomenal card, and this is a weird one, because I don't think it will be just a straight 5 of in every deck straight away. I don't think that's realistic. However, I absolutely do believe that what it will essentially do is take decks that would otherwise be really good and kind of make a mockery of them. So you know what? I think this is something to get a little bit excited about. Either way, I think these are energy cards we are going to see quite a lot of, and I do think they are the real deal. But I'd like to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The WOSSy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.